So we're Team Six. We did our project for the Evansville Tennis Association. My name's Sky Kolak. I was in documentation.
My name is Brandon
I'm
Beach, and
Jeremy
I was
Fergal, and
UI
I
designer.
did programming.
Mm. And I'm like kind of the project manager and also programmer.
So a little bit about the ETA. It was created in 2012. They do all kinds of tournaments from uh, like junior level to even professional level. And they actually host the only professional tournament in Indiana. It's a women's pro circuit event. So the goal for this was to make a silent auction website, because every year this Evansville Tennis Association, they do a fundraiser to help pay for their facilities, all the resources, just to make sure they can have all these tournaments each year. And we want an application that only handles registration and bidding, because all of the payment will be handled in person at their dinner and auction. One of our biggest things we wanted to focus on in this project was usability. Um, Due to the demographics for who would be using this, we wanted to be simple for everybody to bid and possibly even take away their bid, and also simple for the administrators to manage and maintain. And lastly, on the goals, we wanted something to kind of resemble their website as well, just to avoid any confusion by the end users.
So our developers, Lee and Jeremy, wanted to make an application that was more on the server side, since this was just going to be a simple website. So we went with TypeScript language, which compiles back to JavaScript. This will help with adding some safety to the code and making it easier for debugging. All of this was running on Node.js framework. Node simply allows for the JavaScript to be run on the server side. Our database was needed to store all the customers' information, items being bid on, and the bid history. It was developed in Postgres SQL, which we didn't really have a reason for choosing, but it does comply with the SQL standards and functionality more than the MySQL, thus offering a safer and better performing database. We did not know which all of devices our website would be running on, so we needed to make it a dynamic layout website, especially for mobile phones, since this is a standard in today's tech world. We did ask our client if there's any specific browser she wanted it to run on, but she just said the main ones such as Chrome, Edge, and Firefox, which allowed us for more modern JS features. Finally, Mocha was used for testing. No specific reason for using Mocha other than Jeremy ran into a problem using Jest, another testing framework, with the TypeScript. And here you can see our language little layout right here, the Mocha running into the TypeScript, and the database running into the backend Node.js, which then goes into the client side. I designed the layout using Figma, which is just an online design tool. We basically want just a clean and simple layout for anybody to use. We decided to do multiple items, but keeping the items pictures the same size. That way, whenever you're scrolling, there wouldn't be any issues with larger images and smaller images. Took some inspiration from other shopping websites such as eBay, Walmart, and Best Buy. You can see here, this was just an early design layout. Um, on the left side, there is a categories drop-down box, which we didn't get to. That was just a bonus if we wanted to add in different filters for it. And then here's another mobile layout. Again, clean and simple design, big text boxes and buttons for anyone to click on, as well as you can see there's multiple pages to log in, sign up, and contact us.
So for the I- issues that we had, we the client wanted a admin functionality, and we wanted to find a solution that would be easier for us to implement, will also be easy for her to use. So we came up with a solution that was to have a zip folder that you uploaded, and inside of it, it would have a CSV file for the items. It would have their name, the description, their price, if they could be bought just outright without bidding, and then it would have a folder with the pictures in it. The website would then go through the zip folder, uh, extract it, go through the CSV file, find all the pictures, get all the information for it, and then put it into the database for the client. And then we made some utility scripts such as creating an admin, resetting a user's password if the user didn't have access to their email anymore, and deleting an item and a bid. So for the testing, we had first I had an issue with Jest and getting it to work with the TypeScript. Eventually, I switched to Mocha, and then I had an issue with the asynchronous uh, functionality because the tests were running asynchronously. So one test would try to do something, and the other one would do something else, and it was causing issues. So they were unreliable, and eventually we figured out a way to fix that, and then we switched to using Mocha Step, which ensures that the tests are ran in the same order every time, so that just in case that what we were running wasn't just like a fluke and we kept on getting it to pass 100%, because me and Lee both got it to keep on passing on our computers, but we weren't sure if it was just somehow running in the right order always, and that eventually they would start to fail if they run in the same order. So we added in Mocha Step.
All right, and that gets to the demo part. Are there any questions before I go get into the demo?
What's the
All right.
current status?
We are still waiting on our client to tell us how she's going to host it. We've been trying to get her to give us an answer for the past couple weeks, and she's yet to tell us exactly where this is going to run.
Okay, later I will give you a web host. You can put it there on my web host.
Okay, as long as it's Linux.
Hmm.
Um, all right, then I'll go through the project demo. Like we said, this is a fairly simplistic site, so there's not a whole lot to show off, but I'll show off different pages and kind of the flow of the website. So this is the home page. So right now I'm logged out so that I'm as a guest. When you go to the page, you see all the different items in this nice clean card layout. You have the pictures, the description, and if you're not logged in, you can see the highest bid for the item currently, or the buy it now price for sub items. This one you can buy it now. This one you can't. This one can only be the condo can only be bid on. Um, some of them have multiple pictures, and like we said, the we kept the picture size consistent between each item, so there's no weird layout issues. Each item does have its own separate item page. So here there's bigger pictures, but the rest of the information is the same. This is mainly so that a user could share the link with someone else directly to an item rather than saying, go to the homepage and scroll, 3 pages down or whatever. So it's easier to find certain items. Um, Registration page. There's really no restriction on who can set up. It's not restricted to geography or Evansville area or whatever. So anyone can sign in or make an account with the only information being a cell phone and an email address for contact later. The text and email updates are for if a user bids on an item and then someone else outbids them, that previous user will get a text message or an email message saying that they've been outbid and giving them the link to go bid on the item again if they want it. So it's a way for people to keep up with what items they're currently bidding on and whether they get outbid or not. So for the rest of this demo, I'm going to log in with an admin account. So now that I'm logged in, we see the bidding controls. The text box for how much to bid is automatically the current highest bid plus the increment. So each item has a certain increment that bids have to be in. This one is $5, so it's $5. The current bid plus $5 increment is $10, and I can bid outright. Or if I want to, I can just buy it now, and I bought the tumblers. And like we said earlier, the website does not handle the payments themselves. They're all settled at the actual dinner auction, the physical dinner auction that they host, which originally was in June of this year, but they had to push it back to August because of everything going on. Users also have the ability to change their account information, so if they change their address or cell phone or whatever, or if they want to change their communication preferences, they can. This is also where the administration section is. So the import data, like Jeremy mentioned, we didn't have enough time to put in a full web UI administration interface for all the items, for all the user management, for everything that had to be part of this. So instead, we settled on this zip file upload system. So the zip file contains a CSV file with all the item details as well as all the pictures that get uploaded. And this is a merged system. So if there's a typo or in a description, for example, then the admin can re-upload this bundle with the change, and all the item description will be saved. The export out data, as we said, is just a zip file with CSV info. She wanted info on all the bid history, as well as the user information for contact, of course, and then the actual item data with the highest winning bid. And this data is used to then start the physical auction at their dinner. So this is meant to give people an opportunity to bid early, but at the actual auction, if an item has not already been bought, it goes up for auction there as well with whatever the price from the website was as the starting price. So, for example, for the tumblers, it was at $10. That becomes the starting price at the physical auction. And then the reset application data is to remove the item and bidding data. She wanted this to be something they would use year after year. So this is an easy way to reset the application for that yearly use. And then for the mobile use through CSS, everything just condenses down as needed for different sized devices. So that was the demo. Are there any questions about that?